What's going on, IT fans? Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be discussing IT consulting, the ins and outs of IT consulting, exactly what IT consulting is, that and much more coming up. Check it out. Okay, Andrew here with Advanced-PCs, your favorite IT consultant. Now, if you're new here to my channel, welcome. My job here is essentially to inform you of everyday tech tips and basic troubleshooting as it relates to technology. Now, if you're enjoying the content, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell button so you are notified of our next video. Now, with that being said, let's get right into today's topic. Alrighty, so what exactly is IT consulting? It's such a broad topic, right? Because, you know, it's IT. IT is so broad and there's so many things that's involved in IT, you know, information technology. Now, IT consultants, our job is really, it's more than just, well, hey, we're going to fix some computers for you. You know, it's more than that. You know, it's taking care of the technology, helping you selecting the right technology, supporting that technology, and enabling you and your business to operate more efficiently using those technology, and to continue to consult with you along the way when you're running into any problems, because there's always, you know, some kind of issues in troubleshooting. Now, the four categories that I'm going to be breaking it down into IT consulting is that of computers, your main basic computers, your actual network that the computers operate off of, the security to help you keep your stuff, your computers, your data protected, and then finally data protection and data backup rather. For the first category here, computers, this is an obvious one, right? Of course, you know, we repair the computers, we support your computers, but even more than that, as consultants, we want to make sure that we're helping you select the appropriate computers that's appropriate for your business, your entity, so you can be a more proficient in what you're doing in, you know, today's world, today's technology. In addition to helping you choosing the right computer systems, we also want to make sure that you're providing you with the appropriate support as we go along, because, you know, with computers, technology, you know, things, you know, at some point is going to go wrong. So you want to be able to have someone there to help you along the way to, you know, get the most out of your computer. So first category, first and obvious one, computers. Alrighty, so now with the computers, you also have the network, right? You know, so the computers come together and they form what's called a network. Now, as an IT consultant, it's our job to make sure that you have the appropriate network for your office. And every office really has some form of network. It's either a peer-to-peer network where all the computers are just directly connected to the computer. Then you have a more centralized network where you have a server-based network, right? Where you have a server that's there on the network, and it's pretty much calling all the shots for all the other computers connected. You can create user accounts, you can do your data backup. There's so many different structured operations that you can get out of a server-based network as opposed to peer-to-peer. There's also the more sophisticated one, well, not as sophisticated, it's just a more current version of you know, network, which is that of a virtualized network or virtualized operation, where you have your entire office in the cloud, and you can get access to your quote-unquote desktop from virtually anywhere that has an internet connection. That's also another, you know, way that, you know, some companies are going. And so it's our job as an IT consultant to make sure to see which one would be best suited for your operations. Okay, so for this third category of security, now security is pretty big. It's always been important, but I think even more so now, you know, with the widespread and popularity of hacking, you know, ransomware and all these, you know, instances. I mean, you see tons of incidences on the internet about companies that's gotten hacked into. So as an IT consultant, you want to make sure that you have the appropriate IT-based security on your network, your computers, how you're browsing the internet, so you're fully protected. Because you know, companies, businesses you guys have what's called, data, proprietary information, and you don't want that information getting into the wrong hands. So it's our job is to making sure that we select the appropriate security systems for your overall network, your operations. That's where the whole ransom, comes into play. The hacker says, hey, we got your information. We know what to do with it. Provide us with a certain amount of crypto, or we're going to lock everything. We're going to shred everything and all that good stuff. And it's good to always have someone on your team that will be able to tell, because also a lot of them are bogus guys as well. They pretend like they're hackers, and then folks get really, scared, and they say, oh my gosh, how much should we pay you? And that's also something you need to have a level of discernment and skill set to see whether or not if it's real or fake. And if it is real, then we would know the particular procedures to proceed with. But of course, before we even get to that point, we want to make sure that we have the proper security in place so we prevent it from happening in the first place. For this final category of data backup, now this kind of relates a little bit to that third category of security, right? I mentioned the data backup. One of the things that you always want to have in place is some form of backup. Let's just say, for instance, that you did, in fact, God forbid, you were a victim of hacking. What's really important is your data. That's really what hackers are really after. Anyways, just to give you an inside tip, they're really after that data. If they know how important and how valuable that information is, that data is, then they know how much they can quote unquote ask for. So if you have your data backed up, they only really have access to that information on the local machine. Now, before I even say any of that stuff, it's our job is to making sure that, as your IT consultant, is to make sure that, hey, you know what, you have the proper backup in place to a remote location, somewhere that is not there at your place of work or place of operations, particularly the cloud. So data backup is always important, and we want to make sure that we're choosing the proper technology for you and help consulting you along the way as to how to choose the appropriate platform, how to use it, training you on it, and things of that nature. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. Those are kind of like the four categories my categories that I've broken down for IT consulting. Now, there's more to it, obviously. Depending on the consulting company that you're working with. Some companies, handle your phone, your landlines, the actual cabling throughout the building, your smartphones. All of those things are actually, related to the jobs that we actually do provide. So hopefully that kind of gave you guys a little bit more insight of what IT consulting services is all about. Now, if you have any comments, please leave your comment below. Let me know what your insights are about that. And if you have any questions, of course, shoot us an email at support@advancedpcs.com. Now, this is Andrew again from Advanced PCs. Until next time, guys, take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.